I'm not saying that everybody's going to feel this way. I'm not saying that you feel this way or you know someone that feels this way. I'm just saying that I felt this way, and maybe, just maybe, somebody else has felt this way before too. I've said many times that I've always been fat, and if you guys saw the pictures from my happy birthday video, I was always chubby, even as a baby. As you grow up, and if you have grown up and been fat, then you know what I'm talking about. You grow up, and then at a certain point in your life, you realize, I'm different. I am different. And I grew up in the early 90s being already fat. Back then, it was really hard because being fat was not as accepted as it is now. And I'm not saying society has changed, but you see more plus size stores and stores that actually carry larger sizes rather than just going up to a large or extra large. They go up to like a 3 or 4 or 5X, what have you. There are specialty stores now specifically for bigger women like Torrid, Lane Bryant. Fredericks of Hollywood now carries plus size bras and underwear. You know, like, it's just, I think businesses have realized that fat women, they have money to spend too, besides spending it on food like everybody thinks. But no, we like to dress nice, we like to have nice things, and it was, I guess, an untouched market for a while, and now that it's more mainstream, I mean, I'm glad, because a lot of other younger women can feel fashionable and not feel like I felt growing up, where I would go shopping with my sister and she would find all these pretty clothes and I couldn't fit any of it. So that is a nice change. But my title is because you learn to build this armor when you are fat, and you have to accept the fact that you're different. And at some point you hate it, but then at some point you come to terms with it and you start loving yourself for who you are. Fat, super skinny, like dark skinned, light skinned, whatever you got picked on, you learn to build this armor. And it just happens. Either you want to continue to feel hurt by people's comments or what they say about you or what they feel about you, because kids are fucking cruel. They are fucked up, okay? I was picked on, and I made that choice right then and there. The first day that I cried about it, because somebody called me Shamu or something like that. I don't remember. I was in elementary. And right there, that young, I was like, who cares what he said about me? My mom always made me feel like I was pretty. Even when we went shopping with my sister and I couldn't find any clothes, I mean, she never made me feel bad about it. She always made me and told me I was pretty just the way that I was. So with my mom being as sweet as she was and as loving as she was, I just made that decision then and there to brush it off, not take it that seriously. And, you know, I had friends at the time, and I mean, the 1 or 2, maybe 3, I think, close friends that I can actually say they were my real friends at the time. And I just literally, like, clung to them when we were in school. And if somebody would say something, they would stand up for me, or I would just ignore it or anything like that. And then eventually it stopped. I know a lot of people don't condone bullying and all that, but the more attention you give that person that's bothering you, the more they're going to bug you because they're getting a reaction out of you. So that's what I did, and eventually it stopped, and it allowed me to grow as a person. I don't know how I did this, like how I decided so young not to let things like that get to me, because I knew that I was more than what my weight was. I guess it was my upbringing, I'm not sure, but I thank God all the time that I grew up that way, because I see kids nowadays and people and women that are grown and still have those issues deep inside. And I'm starting to see that I have issues as well, because with this change happening, no matter how thin I get, when I look in the mirror, I still see me, but I don't see like my armor. And I think that's what my fat became, to be honest. I think it was my armor, because how do I explain this without sounding totally insane? Like, my fat has been with me forever. My fat has been with me forever. All my life. And it's not only till recently that I don't really have it anymore. And my whole life revolved around that being my armor, like that protecting me. Does that make sense? I feel so exposed right now. Like, I feel naked. I feel like people are I don't know. I have no idea. I told my boyfriend this the other day, my fiance, that now when people look at me, I feel exposed. That when they look at me, I feel like, why are they looking at me? I'm not that kind of girl who's like, I look so good right now, that's why they're looking at me. No, I am more like, do I have something on my face? My hair crappy? Or something like that. Like, why are they looking at me? Before, when I was bigger and I had my armor, like, when people looked at me, I looked straight back at them. I didn't care that they were looking at me. And when guys flirted with me, it was an ego boost, you know? And now I feel so weird whenever somebody, like, or a guy hits on me or anything like that. It just, I feel so exposed and so vulnerable, and I don't like the feeling. I don't know. There's so much that happens with surgery besides you losing the weight. So much that I hope that all of you are handling it well, and that you guys have a support system, because it's so easy to just say, I'm going to have the surgery and lose weight and everything's going to be great. But then there's the physical things that happen to you, the emotional things that happen to you, the mental things that happen to you, that you're just like, who the hell am I? And it's not just like seeing a different person in the mirror anymore. It's just like you have to develop that armor and that confidence and come to terms with the fact that this is the way you look and you're happy with it and you don't care what anybody else thinks. You have to start all over again. And I had forgotten how weird that is, you know? And so I mean, I actually didn't know that I was feeling this way until I actually started talking about it with my friends the other day, where I told them, like, you know, going shopping for me is not that easy. It's become harder than what it was before. And before it wasn't even hard for me because I already knew where to go shopping, you know. And this is after becoming an adult and buying my own clothes and all that. It took me a while to figure out where to shop and where to get the best deals, but I mean, over time, I got my routine down on where to shop, where to buy shoes, where to buy clothes that's going to fit me right and that's going to be the right price, and signing up for different places to get discounts or whatever. You know, I had it down. Like, if I needed an outfit for a special day, I knew exactly where to go get it. And now it's like, I have a wedding coming up this weekend, and I have no idea what to wear and no idea where to go get, like, a pretty dress that's going to fit me with the body that I have now. Yeah. And I know that this video might sound like it's all about looks, but it's not really about looks. It's more about acceptance of yourself and, like, the emotional repercussions of this surgery. And self-image that you had is totally not there anymore, and you have to, everybody has a self-image, and mine is completely gone, and I have to get my self-image back, and it's taking a little bit longer for my brain to adapt to this new body. Does this make sense to anyone? because I find that nobody really gets what I'm talking about. And well, two of my friends do. Because one of them had lost weight completely on her own, and she's now regained it. So she understands what I'm talking about. And the other girl that I'm talking, my other friend, she had the lap band, and she went through a couple of changes, and now she's at a stage where she's not regaining the weight, or she did regain some of it back, but she's trying to lose it again. So, I mean, they've both struggled with their weight and stuff. And they've both been thinner and bigger, and so they understand what I'm talking about. But I'm wondering if any of you who've had the surgery are going through this. I am, what is it? February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. I'm about 8 months, almost 9 months out. I'm approaching my 1-year anniversary. And this is how I've been feeling. Like, it's not just about the clothes fitting right. It's just about, you know, that thought in your head that you had, that you looked like, and that you grew to love, and that you come to accept, and you fought so much to protect it, you know? And that image of myself is no longer what I see when I see myself in the mirror. And this person that I see now, I don't recognize physically. Emotionally, I'm not sure either. So it's hard. I mean, it's hard to talk about it, and it's hard to explain to people because they don't really understand what I'm talking about. I mean, I did hear about stuff like this happening to, and I read it on blogs, and I heard women speak about it in the support groups that I used to go to, and I didn't understand it until now, I guess. So I just wanted to, you know, talk about it and see if anybody else has felt this way or not, and if not, to think of the possibilities that you might feel this way once you start losing, you know, more than 60 pounds, and you can literally see the skin hanging off of your body and your hair falling out, and, you know, people coming up to you and telling you how great you look, and how, you know, it's supposed to be flattering, and you know that it's supposed to be an ego boost. But to me, I say thank you, and that's pretty much it, because I don't know what else to say when people tell me I look great and that I lost a lot of weight, and what am I doing, and how much did it cost me, how much weight have I lost, do I have, like, the doctor's name, you know. Yeah. The best thing you can do, the best thing you can do during this situation is not let it overtake you. Yes, you're going to feel different. Yes, your emotions are going to be going everywhere, because now your body's finally starting to balance out all those hormones, because they were going either non-existent or existent, because when you gain weight, your body is just messed up. Your period is fucked up. Your hormones are fucked up. And now that your body's losing weight and it's starting to get a normal rhythm of what a female, like, cycle and estrogen levels and all that is supposed to be, it's like you have all these things just trying to normalize in your body, plus your emotions, and it's just so much going on in your body. So much. So understand this. Understand that you are going to feel lost. You are going to feel like you don't know who you are. You are going to feel like you don't know how to accept compliments. You're going to feel sad, happy, weird, out of place, vulnerable, naked, exposed. You're just going to have all these types of feelings, and I just wanted to talk about it because I don't want you to think that, you know, it was just you thinking this and that it was only happening to you, because I think it's going to happen to a lot of us. And it's okay. I'm getting through it by leaning on my two friends that are my go-to girls right now, and my family, and Ron. I am dealing with it as best as I can. On those days where I want to cry, I will cry. On those days where I want to overeat, I really can't because I feel sick. And all you can do is keep trying. All you can do is keep working on yourself. I mean, I think that's what I've learned the most with this surgery, is that as a human being, anytime anything changes in your life, you're going to have to readapt and rediscover who you are again and continue to grow. That's the only thing that I can say about all this. And I don't know, maybe I'll record myself on one of these days when I'm having a really bad day so you guys can see what it looks like. But I'm really, really proud of myself for embracing the emotional craziness and even some depression and some happy moments. I am embracing it all, and I'm trying to learn from it and trying to grow from it. And that's all we can really do as women, as people, as humans. That's all we can really do, is just keep going and continue to work on ourselves and continue to accept the changes that happen in our lives, whether we cause them or not. Yeah, this video went on way too long. I'm probably going to edit it, but I'm going to try to upload a little bit more. I have a million things going on in my head, and I would love to have some input from you. So maybe tomorrow I'll have another video for you guys on a different topic. But if you have anything to say about this, or if I sound totally insane, or if I sound like I do not make any sense whatsoever, please let me know.